Hi guys, how's it going? Narwhal here, back again with another Leicester City career mode. And before we get started, I just want to say that I forgot to save the game after simming all those matches and when we ended up at this point. So what I did was I went back and I simulated everything back up to where we were now. And luckily for me, we got the same results against against the teams. We lost to Galatasaray again in the final. We ended up getting the money bonus that I don't know if we got it last episode or not. But anyways, even if we didn't, we got it now. Christian Fuchs still got injured, so I did buy Aaron Creswell for the same price, just slightly overpaid. I had to get from 7 million instead of the 6 that I paid before. We still brought in Daniele Rugani. We got Rashford and Andre Gray. Last episode I kept mistaking him for Damari Gray, which I noticed and facepalmed every time I said it. But jumping into this episode, we're gonna have our first game against Manchester United in the Community Shield, and it's a game that I was looking forward to. I've never played with Leicester in this game yet. Every time I've wanted to, they've always been out of form in the season, so I've never played them. And we start off with an early shot from Jamie Vardy, well saved by Romero, and I'm very happy that they are playing Romero instead of De Gea, because he is very annoying goalie to play against. Moving along, we have another chance. Daniele Rugani plays a good pass in for Musa. Fake shots, gets wide. Jamie Vardy made the run, unmatched, and a nice little goal for Jamie Vardy. Low driven into the far corner. Romero had absolutely no chance, and it's 1-0 for Leicester City in the Community Shield, and well deserved. We were dominating possession. We were playing, making some good passes. No one followed Jamie Vardy's run. Fellaini claiming offside. It was never offside, and the low driven shot in this game is too strong. Every chance you get, you just take it, and it's 1-0 for Leicester. But straight off of kickoff, Manchester United got the ball and had a chance of their own. First chance of the game. Some good passes. I'm trying to chase after the ball, but I'm not reading the computer well enough. I'm playing like I'm playing Ultimate Team. And good passes, shot by Martial, and a good save from Kasper Schmeichel. Very good goalkeeper in the game and in real life. He's the only player who's been performing at the same level that he did last season for Leicester. Aside from him, there has been no players who've been performing properly at all. As I pause the game quickly. Then Manchester United get their corner in. One thing I do like about this Leicester side is that they do have a fair few bit of tall players. So we can counter the likes of Pogba and Ibrahimovic in the air. And we're not going to get caught out. But one thing I did notice about Danny Simpson is his lack of pace. It's very, very noticeable, and just there he couldn't keep up with Luke Shaw, and they get a chance from it where they play through, I think it's Juan Mata who gets a shot off, and it's another good save from Kasper Schmeichel, keeping us in the game. And again, if Danny Simpson had a bit more pace, he could have caught up to Luke Shaw and kept, prevented Manchester United from getting the shot off, or the chance anyway. So moving along, we have a nice little. That was pretty much it for for the first half. We bring on Marcus Rashford for the second half. A bit of to just try a bit of irony, see if he can score against the team that just loaned him out for 2 seasons, and we'll get a chance from a throw-in. The ball gets played out, nice through pass in. And a good shot from, I think it was Rashford, and another good save from Romero, but we keep the ball in play, we keep the passes moving, we keep making some quick passes, don't get Manchester United the chance to get organized again. Another good through ball, what a turn from Rashford, and a low-driven shot once again, and it's 2-0 for Leicester City. A goal from Marcus Rashford against his current employers. If that happened in real life, I don't think Mourinho would be too happy with them, at least for celebrating, and the Manchester United fans definitely wouldn't. But again, a nice clinical finish from Rashford. He has a very good turn of pace, very good dribbling, and that's why we brought him in, just to take chances like that. Very, very clinical finish, and to be up 2-0 right at the start of the second half is very important for us. And moving along, Manchester United have another good chance. Ibra turns Rugani. Why he squared that, and Pogba with the miss of the season so far. Even if it's the first game, I don't think we're going to see a miss like that. And a great turn from Ibrahimovic on Rugani, and why he didn't take that shot on his own, I don't know. Pogba with the massive miss. If I missed that, I would be kicking myself. I don't know how he managed to miss that. But luckily for Manchester United, Juan Mata gets a nice shot off with his, or Jesse Lingard, sorry, gets a nice shot off with his left foot. into the top corner. No chance for Kasper Schmeichel. Poor pass by me. I should have just cleared that while I could. A good pass from Ibrahimovic and a very clinical finish from Lingard. One of Manchester United's few chances in the game. They've had a total of 3 or 4 so far, but it's all about taking your chances, and now Manchester United are right back in this game. And here they come again with another chance. Ball played out wide to Martial, I think it is. Danny Simpson struggling, keeping up with the pace. Good cross whipped in, headed clear, punched out by Kasper Schmeichel. We can't get the ball away. Riyad Mahrez loses the ball out. Squared in, shot, blocked. Darmian, and it's 2-2. We've given up our 2-goal lead that we got in the first half, and it's Matteo Darmian of all players who scores to punish us. And it's 2-2 now, and he goes to celebrate as he should. A very scrappy mess there. Riyad Mahrez giving the ball away after he tries to chest the ball down in his own box, and it's just sloppy from Leicester, and it's 2-2. Then Manchester United again with the ball. They've been dominating this half. A good header into the box, and that's going to lead to the end of the second half. And yes, we are going to penalties. Hopefully we could win this. So, start of the penalties, we have Ibrahimovic stepping up. Very, very good penalty taker. I'm loving this little technique to try to put him off. And he goes for the chip and he misses the net completely. What on earth is he doing in a penalty situation, trying to chip the keeper like that? And then we score our first penalty. I think it's Wayne Rooney steps up for the next one. He looks a lot more confident than Ibrahimovic does. I dive to the left, he goes to the right. It's 1-1 on penalties, but we have the advantage. Here's Rashford. Goes to the left, and the keeper stays down the middle. So it's 2-1 for Leicester. Here's Paul Pogba stepping up. What can he do? Paul Pogba! And he scores it again to the right. I went to the left. Here steps up Riyad Mahrez. Mahrez goes to the right. Romero dives to the left. And now it's Anthony Martial stepping up for the penalty. Nice little stutter run up. Gets the shot off. Oh, and he misses the net altogether. 2-goal advantage for Leicester, and this could seal it for Musa. The goalie gets his hands to it, but it's not enough, and Leicester City end up winning the Community Shield on penalties against Manchester United. A very, very solid performance from them. We gave up 2 goals, 2 poor goals defensively, but in the end, we got the win, which is all that matters. We ended up getting a transfer on for Shinji Okazaki. At first, I wasn't sure. I wanted to give him a chance, but then I saw that he was 30 years old, and he's only going to be going down, and a $6 million offer for him is a very good offer, so I decided to accept it, and hopefully we can get the money, and there's the confirmation. We did end up selling him right as we start this game against Hull City. Hull City are a very annoying team to play in this game. They're very, very defensive, and players like Curtis Davies are very hard to get past despite their lack of pace. After the Manchester United game, I decided to drop Slimani. I didn't really enjoy him in the game. He felt very slow, very sluggish. And he's the type of player that I don't like playing that game style of crossing the ball constantly, and that's really what he's there for. So I decided to drop him in favor of Rashford, who did have a very good game, I do believe. And we're going to start off with the first chance. It's Riyad Mahrez down the wing, gets the ball inside. Another good passing play. Gets the pass off to Musa, who hits the crossbar. First time finesse shot. A very good chance right off the bat. And if that had gone in, then that would have been a spectacular goal. Something that Musa hasn't been able to do this season, which is score. But in the first half, we were just dominating. A good cross into the box. A decent header that goes just wide. We were dominating the first half, but we just weren't able to finish our chances or create too many. But then again, Hull City had hardly any possession of the ball. And another decent header. And that's pretty much how the half went. It was a very frustrating game against Hull. We dominated possession, we dominated the passing play, but we just weren't able to break them down that well. But right before the half, we get another chance with Jamie Vardy, who goes through, and it's another good save from Marshall to keep out Jamie Vardy, who did have a very good game against Manchester United, so you'd back him to score. And that's pretty much how the first half went. So the start of the second half, his player goes diving in. Mahrez gets past 2. Good pass inside, and another good pass inside. Now Riyad Mahrez takes a shot, gets blocked. Another good pass, another shot, hits the crossbar, and the rebound is caught by Marshall. What do we have to do to score in this game? We keep hitting the crossbar or just slightly missing the net. Another counter-attack. That's how I'm going to be playing this season. A good ball whipped out wide, crossed in to Andre Gray at the far post with the header. And it's 1-0 for Leicester City. Our signings proving to be very influential. Gray scoring on his debut, Jamie Vardy playing very well in against Manchester United, and Rashford scoring against Manchester United. And there, finally we were able to break Hull down and get our first goal, so now they should be opening up. Another chance, hit them on the counter-attack. They were pouring players forward. Good 1-2 with Jamie Vardy and Gray. Jamie Vardy making the run, gets past his defender. Jamie Vardy's through on a one-on-one. Can he finish? Yes, he can. It's 2-0 for Leicester City. A very well-deserved scoreline. We were absolutely dominant against Hull City. They created absolutely no chances, and they got punished. They fell asleep at the back. The defender let Jamie Vardy get the space to run. And again, it's a very clinical finish from Vardy. That's what I'm noticing. Every chance that he gets, it's either on target with a very, very good shot, or it's a goal. 9 times out of 10, he will finish those chances, and that's why he's in the team for. Chance for Hull City from the corner kick. It's a poor cross, but Hull City managed to keep it alive. Ball's bouncing all over the place. First shot blocked. Cleared out. Cross back in. Far post. And what a save from Kasper Schmeichel, showing us why he is our #1 keeper. As we watch the replay, a very good header climbing over the defender. And Kasper Schmeichel with his left arm managing to keep that shot out. Hull City with another corner. Again, they win the header. Ball whipped back into the box. It's bouncing all over the place. Can anyone control it? And that's the end of the game. That's how it finished. It was a very, very tense game where not too many chances were created, but we were absolutely dominant. A few offers for our loan players, for some players to take on loan, so we sent them all out. Like I said earlier, we are going to be sending out most of the players on loan that we get, or that we have, like all the youngsters. And this is the player I was talking about earlier, our youngster from France. As you can see, his potential is from 81 to 94, so I decided to sign him up. He's an attacking mid. He's a player that could help us, and he will, with a potential of 81 to 94, within the first season, he should jump up at least 5-7 points, which will make him usable in this team. He will probably start the next game against, I think it's Leeds that we have in the Cup. We'll probably give him a start, see how he plays, but before that happens, we have our game against Arsenal that we are going to start. I'm going to decide to give Demarai Gray, not Andre Gray, Demarai Gray a chance in this game. I know how he's performing in real life, and alongside Kasper Schmeichel, he's one of the few players that is turning in some good performances, that is still making the bigger clubs interested. I'm also going to give our 74 rated center back a chance over Wes Morgan to try to counter Arsenal's pace that they have. Wes Morgan and Robert Huth aren't the quickest players, so you always need a bit of pace at the back. So we're going to start off, we have a counter-attack, good pass through to Marcus Rashford. Can he finish this chance? And it's a good save from David Ospina, starting over Petr Cech in this game. One thing I have noticed in this game is that against the lesser teams, quote-unquote, the bigger clubs tend to play their, do a bit more squad rotation. Normally Petr Cech would start every single game, or at least in FIFA 16 and 15, but I'm noticing a lot more squad rotation with the likes of David Ospina getting a chance over Petr Cech. And he made a good save. And we're going to try to keep the ball in play. We're going to get a good cross in. Again, it's blocked by the defender, and out for another corner. Another good ball, and whipped in at the far post, and guess who it is? Who scores the goal? It's the one, the only Marcus Rashford, who gets the header, beats his defender, and what a header. To score from near the edge of the penalty box from a corner, that means that you had to have made a very good header. That's a very good goal and very well deserved. We were very dominant in the first few stages of the game, and it's very important to convert the chances that you are getting. Riyad Mahrez doing what he does, getting past his players, gets a good ball in, and again Marcus Rashford with the header, but this time it goes just wide. A very good chance. And moving on into the second half, we have another counter-attack, the way that we like to play. Marcus Rashford with another chance, and this one is just wide. A similar one to the first chance that he had in the game, but this one just skims the far post, and it stays at 1-0. And in this half, it was all Arsenal. Arsenal most likely deserved to win, and here's a good chance. 2 shots, both of them blocked by the defender. One of those, if it wasn't blocked, was probably going to go in. But in the end, it was very, very good defensive work from the corner. They get the ball whipped in. I was going short to try to clear the danger or pick up the short player, but they didn't go there. So now we're going to try to hit them on the counter attack, but in the end it doesn't lead to anything. They get the ball back and try to hit us on the counter attack. Good ball played through. Here's Alexis Sanchez, gets the player out wide, and what a save from Kasper Schmeichel with the hit with his left arm in a one-on-one situation. Those are very, very difficult to stop, but he did a very good job stopping it. Arsenal take the corner short, run down the line. We give up another corner, and this is pretty much how the second half was. They were absolutely dominating us. We managed to get a lot of block shots, which is how we managed to stay in the game. Kasper Schmeichel getting the clearance there a bit, and we were getting dominated the second half. It was just Arsenal were on fire. The only thing they were missing was a goal scorer. Unfortunately, I don't find Alexis Sanchez makes a good striker. I find he gets bullied off the ball, and he's just not clinical. But we hit them on the counter-attack, and our team up front is just nothing but pace. A nice finish from Marcus Rashford once again. Scores 2 in the game against Arsenal, and that's how the game will finish. It finishes 2-0 for us. A very, very nice counter-attack. Arsenal pouring men forward, which is why we start the likes of Rashford and Vardy so that we can hit them on the counter-attack with pace. And we just... no chance for the goalie. The low-driven shot is just insane in this game. It's pretty much the only way to score that in long shots. Before the end of the game, we do get one last chance, and it's just... actually, no, it's Arsenal who get the chance, I do believe. Oh, no, it's us. We get the last chance of the game. Nice passing play, managed to pick up the clearance. Another through ball played through for Jamie Vardy on his left foot, and another good save from David Ospina. He's been Arsenal's best player today. He's made a ton of key saves, keeping out two shots of Rashford and the final shot of Jamie Vardy. And that was the last chance of the game. That was how the game will finish. A 2-0 victory for us. And I'm looking forward to the future of this Leicester career mode. We have a lot of youngsters who are just going to get better. And hopefully the scouting player that we got, the 81 to 94, hopefully he turns out to be a very good signing for us, as we have one last spectacle effort, more of a half chance, well saved by Ospina, and that is how the game would end. It's a 2-0 victory for us against Arsenal, keeping us 2 games played, 2 wins in the Premier League, and showing the likes of Coquelin and Del Nani, hey, next time we ask, you should come over to us and play for us. But hopefully we won't need the Marcus Rashford, as it shows here. He got the man of the match, 7 shots, 2 goals, and it was a very all-around good performance for Leicester City as we managed to beat Arsenal. A very important game for us if we want to maintain our title, even if that's not my goal anyways. My goal of this season, if we finish, well, reaching the knockout stages of the Champions League, maybe even the quarterfinals, depending who we get and where we finish. But if we manage to get into the quarterfinals and finish upper mid-table, so around 7th, 6th position, I'd be very happy, because the Premier League is a very competitive league. It's very hard to do well in it. So any time a team like Leicester, even winning the Premier League, that's just beyond anyone's expectations. But even if they managed to finish 12th last season, it would have been an amazing feat by them. So finishing 7th, 8th would be a good start for me. It would be a good learning experience to see how to play with the players. And as you can see here, 2 games played, 2 wins. Southampton are also up there. And the big boys, the Manchester United, Chelsea, they're not performing well. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.